always enjoyed Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Sure, the company is pretty cheap and has been trying to hide its incidents, but it was part of my childhood. Yeah. Freddy, I remember it. Foxy, Chica, Bonnie, Freddy. Foxy was my personal favorite, but most people like Freddy because he actually worked. But besides that, after coming to the pizzeria, my friend somewhat convinced me to just work out there. He just said, hey, maybe if you work there, maybe you might get paid. I told him it'd be a bad idea because, all the incidents that happened. But he just pressured me into it. So I took the job. And, well, the first 3 nights were pretty uneventful. Nothing really happened besides me hearing things, but besides that, I was fine. Until the fourth night came. Now, I was expecting nothing to happen. Oh, but how wrong I was. When it was 4 a.m. and my fourth night, I noticed something when I looked up from my security camera tablet. I noticed that Bonnie was at my door. So I closed the right door and I checked the cameras to see if he leaves. No, he just stayed there, staring into the camera with his cold white eyes. I honestly thought nothing of it. Maybe someone actually did break in, which is pretty freaking rare. And maybe just knew a security guard would be there and would just, prank with me. But how wrong I was. After that, I told my boss what happened, and he had the expression of something like, I don't know, the look of he just saw something it ran over. But he also said that it was nothing. I should calm down. Maybe take a nap before my fifth shift. I wish I never believed him. Then my fifth night came. It was 3-something in the morning. I was still extremely tired from the lack of sleep for the past 5 nights. But then, suddenly, something starts to happen. When I checked the cameras, Chica and Bonnie were gone again. And I thought, oh well, guess like someone's messing with me. So I checked the cameras and they are just standing in the same hallway, just staring at the camera. I looked in the right hallway, they weren't there. I looked in the left hallway, they were there. I let out a kinda girlish scream and kindly, not so kindly, closed the door. To be honest, I wish I had something to short circuit so it'd be locked. But hey, that's what happens when you're not prepared for shit like this. But sadly, I thought that that'd be all. But then, when I checked the cameras, Freddy was gone. I looked up to see him standing at my doorway. I quickly shut the door and check if he'd leave. He didn't leave for the past 2 hours. It was getting to 5, and when I checked the cameras, the 3 animatronics were back on stage. So I opened the doors. But that was a big mistake. I checked the cameras again at Pirate's Cove. But then, to realize, Foxy wasn't there. And then, to see a sign that said, "It's me." I then looked up to see a giant fox animatronic standing in front of me. I swear, I could not feel any bone in my body. I tried to back up, but he just grabbed me. I tried to struggle, but he then snapped both of my arms. Slowly and painfully as possible. He then shoved his hook into the top of my head and then dragged me to a room. I didn't know which room he was dragging me to. I didn't even know how I was still alive. But then I remember passing out. A few days later, I woke up. I felt very weird, but then I heard my boss say, "Well, that's another one. Stupid animatronics." Well, he was a waste of space anyways. Well, time to move on. I didn't know how I was hearing this. Was I at home? Was I at the hospital? No, I wasn't. I was put into a animatronic suit. I was fully animatronic, but my insides were still human, and still had my clothes on. I was some sort of wolf animatronic, I guess. I just never really thought it would happen. Years, like a few days keep going by. My voice box keeps getting broken, I guess. And I just feel like there's no hope for me. I also saw how they could do this to me. I'm only 14. That my friend forced a 14-year-old to work at a pizzeria. But hey, that's what happens when you can't. But my boss thinks he can cover. But the company and my boss thinks he can cover this up. How wrong he is. He doesn't know any pain whatsoever. No, it is my time to teach him a lesson and maybe kill him.